Destiny is a major and influential Twitch live streamer and pioneer of multiple huge genres of content online. He started making a living off of streaming video games on Twitch a few months after it had launched in 2011, making him among the first to ever do so. In an era when YouTube and gamer circles were dominated by right-wingers, Destiny was a liberal and argued against their ideas. He gained popularity from being one of the only ones at the time to do it effectively. He still remains one of the most influential in the left-wing video and streaming sphere, having created a cult-like audience around him, known as DGG or the Dalaban. Nowadays, Twitch is overrun by leftists and YouTube has a much larger presence of them now. Destiny played a role in creating this. He helped pave the way for this type of content to exist and be as popular as it is. Leftist streamer Vosh's career was literally born from Destiny's community. Vosh was a member of Destiny's community. He started streaming after someone, presumably from Destiny's community, gifted him a microphone. You could find videos of Destiny debating Vosh, at the time known as Irish Laddie, years before he would start creating his own content. Hassan, the biggest internet political figure at the moment, would also network with Destiny frequently before he blew up and became the biggest online political commentator as of now. There's many more streamers whose careers were made possible because of Destiny, both directly and indirectly. We could be here all day doing this. Despite helping create a major online space for left-wing creators, Destiny is still a polarizing figure among them, as Destiny is not afraid to burn a bridge in a heated debate and be a contrarian. Destiny is also extremely influential in many other ways. He was the author of one of the most frequently used DDoS prevention guides to help gamers and streamers to not get booted offline because some troll thought it would be funny to do so. Destiny has done other influential things, but we would be here for quite a while listing them out, and that isn't the subject of today's video. As a surprise to many, on March 23rd, 2022, Twitch would permanently ban Destiny after 11 years of streaming on the platform. I don't know where you would want to pin what event would begin the lead up to the ban, as we still don't even know the exact specific reason for why Destiny was banned. And I don't think Destiny was banned for one specific thing. I think it was due to multiple things that had occurred around the time of the ban and was helped by drama from over a year prior. I think the perfect place to start would be with him being removed from the Twitch Partner Program in September 2020. The beginning of Destiny becoming a liability to Twitch as a company and hated by a lot more of the Twitch community than before. Destiny had faced short suspensions throughout the years on Twitch, but Destiny being removed from the Twitch Partner Program was a shock to a lot of people. For those who don't know, the Partner Program on Twitch offers many benefits to streamers. If you want to make a career streaming on Twitch, ideally you want to be a part of it. It has many benefits and also gets you a nice checkmark. Destiny would be removed from the Partner Program not too long after he said the following on a stream while the resurgence of Black Lives Matter was going on.
The rioting needs to fucking stop. And if that means like white redneck fucking militia dudes out there mow down dipshit protesters that think that they can torch buildings at 10 p.m., then at this point they have my fucking blessing, because holy shit, this fucking shit needs to stop. It needed to stop a long time ago.
It also likely didn't help a few weeks prior he was in a controversy for defending Kyle Rittenhouse. This would be a big topic of discussion. News articles were written, and this also resulted in drama between him and Vosh. Destiny accused Vosh and his community for causing the drama and making him lose his partner status, claiming Vosh's girlfriend was a major role in this happening.
I'm gonna be like a little bit more forceful here, I guess, since I usually let people walk all over me. I can't imagine like how much like a spineless, disingenuous cuck you have to be to like have a roommate and a girlfriend that are walking around like talking about like spam reporting me when like I've given you an audience, I've given you a platform, you literally like ripped my whole like website code off to like start your shit, and your entire community like witch hunts the fuck out of me, and you just stand by like, oh well, I told them to stop. Like I don't care. I feel like when it comes to dealing with other people, I feel like I'm pretty proactive in trying to like do things for people. Having somebody like make like the most like ballless, spineless post I've ever seen in my life, well, I gave him a firm talking to. I don't care. That low-life cuck piece of shit. I don't care about him anymore. Have you watched his recent video about you? I haven't. I don't want to. Like, his video is gonna have 3 things. 1 is gonna be, well, I didn't say anything. It was the other people that did it. 2 is gonna be, it wasn't directly, or 2 is, I can't control everything my community says. Like, I have no control over them, blah, 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 blah. And then there's a 3rd thing as well, I'm sure. But, like, I wrote the 3 and showed it. I don't know what it's I showed. I'm not gonna even waste my time watching it.
Destiny said this happening to him made him lose well over $100,000 a year. Although some good did come from this. When you're a Twitch partner, you can only stream on Twitch. But since he was removed, he started streaming onto both YouTube and Twitch, which had a lot of benefits. If you are new to streaming, just stream on YouTube. Fuck Twitch, man. Anyways, let's fast forward to 2022. Destiny is just doing his thing, getting into internet fight after internet fight and continuing to burn potential bridges. Another day in the life. Although what would occur was something nobody saw coming. In the early hours of March 25th, we would learn Destiny would be indefinitely banned from Twitch, which leads us to ask the question, why and who done it? What was the cause of the ban? The exact cause is still unknown. He was sent an email in which they said it was for quote-unquote hateful conduct, and then gave 3 potential reasons that he specifically did. The first one refers to raiding a live chat and then being racist while doing so. Before his ban, Destiny was accused of doing a quote-unquote hate raid, meaning he sent his audience to post hateful things en masse in someone's chat. And we'll get into that in a few. Other potential reasons they gave him being supporting a hate crime and advocating discrimination against somebody based on their disability. I think it's fair to just rule out the supporting a hate crime thing. There's nothing to connect it to that I have seen. The latter might be in reference to Destiny's take on transgender women in women's sports. Destiny is pro-transgender. He is also transgender, technically. He self-identifies on Twitter as non-binary, meaning he doesn't identify as male or female. Anyways, Destiny has been a major pro-trans advocate for many years, despite many in the trans community hating him and thinking he hates them. I don't know why, but they do. Despite being pro-trans, around the time of his ban, he gave a controversial take in his sphere regarding transgenderism. There was nationwide discourse around if male-to-female transgenders should be allowed to play sports against biological women, in which he advocated against male-to-female transgenders playing in female sports. If you aren't familiar with Twitch, transgender people have a lot of power over at Twitch, so Destiny definitely angered the wrong people with this take. Another reason he may have been banned was because on Twitter he said and attached the photoshopped image of himself where he is black. This could fall under hateful conduct, but it doesn't fit under the 3 potential reasons why he was banned. Now again, if you know nothing about Twitch, you might be confused on how you can get banned from Twitch from what you do on Twitter. Well, Twitch will ban you for off-platform behavior if they feel like it, which is incredibly dumb and it's very arbitrarily enforced. They really only ever enforce this rule when they just want to get rid of someone. I mean, I don't think Twitch is running background checks on every user on the website to make sure they have a clean criminal history, right? Some have speculated other reasons for why this ban might have happened. Twitch has a rule against hosting banned creators on your stream, so if someone gets banned from Twitch, you cannot have them on your stream. Destiny had recently debated Twitch-banned Latino conservative streamer Nick Fuentes. Although Destiny cut off his Twitch stream right when Fuentes started speaking, he told his audience on Twitch to watch the debate on one of the other websites it was being hosted on and ended the Twitch stream.
Russia intervenes in Crimea and Donbass, again, to secure their port at
Sevastopol,
secure their
just
Black
my
Sea fleet
YouTube
and their
stream,
power
guys. I love you very
projection
much.
capability in the region.
I don't think this is the reason why Destiny was banned. I think if this was the reason he was banned, they would have just cited that rule. And I also don't think anyone has been permanently banned from Twitch for allowing a banned user to speak on stream for a few minutes. Now, I've deliberately left out a certain person, because quite a few of those reasons I listed combined might be the reason why Destiny was banned, and they all can be linked back to one person. Enter Keffals. Keffals is a 28-year-old Canadian communist transgender Twitch streamer. She advocates for far-left political positions with a heavy focus on transgender identity politics. Her most famous or infamous way of advocating her ideas is through ratioing people on Twitter. Now, if you have a life and don't know what this means, a ratio on Twitter in this context is when your tweet responding to somebody else's tweet gets more likes than their tweet. This is literally where all of her fame comes from. She is the trans girl who ratios right-wingers on Twitter, who prominent left-wing accounts on Twitter promote by retweeting her tweets to help her get more likes. Because of this, she has an inflated follower count and engagement on Twitter. Despite her Twitter account being 32 times bigger than my old account that just got suspended, we get the same amounts of views on YouTube, although to be fair, YouTube is not her main focus. Well, despite 100k followers on Twitter and having a huge platform to promote her account, she only averages around 600 viewers on Twitch. I get around 100 people a stream. Her highest viewed stream ever peaked at just over 9,000 viewers. I've peaked at over 20,000, actually. I've peaked around 20,000. Now, this might seem like I'm being mean to her, and I sorta am, but this is important to know. Despite thousands of likes a tweet on Twitter, they aren't fans of her and her content. They are fans of seeing a tweet they agree with getting more likes than a tweet they disagree with, and nothing more. She does not have that much more clout than me, and certainly not more clout than people like Augie RFC, who plays a role in the story later on, who she acts like she's above due to her inflated ego from the Twitter dopamine. Anyways, Keffals does not like Destiny. I don't know for how long Keffals and Destiny have not liked each other, but this very public feud, and basically the end of Destiny's career on Twitch, started in late March 2022. On the 21st, Destiny took part in a debate about trans people in sports, in which I've already said what side he's on. This angered a lot of transgender people on Twitch. Following this debate a day later, Destiny would anger Keffals. Destiny would mock on stream and in a tweet a fan of Keffals by literally just calling them cringe and laughing at their tweet. The tweet in question praised Keffals, claiming their Twitter ratios made them feel safer as a trans person.
The response to Ian Miles Chung quote tweeting me was better than I could have possibly imagined. I never thought Twitter ratios could make me feel so much safer as a trans person on the internet. Thank you so much, Keffals, and everyone that helped. What the fuck? Like, trans people get like fucking raped and murdered and the shit beat out of them and stuff in like areas of the South where people are still really fucking backwards on that. And then you have like, I'm safe on Twitter and soy because we ratioed these guys. Like, sorry.
Now, if I was in this situation, I'd probably either ignore the tweet or make a mean reply. Keffals decided to take the nuclear option. On a stream, she asked her chat to help her write a tweet. The tweet they ended up writing advocated for the banning of Destiny's Twitter account, pointing out Destiny's original verified Twitter account was suspended years ago, and he was breaking the rules by making a new account and evading his ban. And she tagged Twitter's customer support in hopes they'd see it and ban his account. Now, people probably point this out all the time to try to get Twitter's attention on Destiny's ban-evading account all the time. But Twitter support can't read all those tweets, and I highly doubt they care. But when this happened was when Keffals' Twitter account was starting to become very popular for ratios, meaning there was a high chance Twitter would see this tweet and take action against Destiny due to how many likes Keffals' tweets would get. A lot of people found this to be very lame, although Keffals has a history of being pro-censorship. She claimed to work hard to help shut down right-wing events. So to those who knew about her already, it wasn't really surprising. Keffals justified this by claiming Destiny made fun of her friend's suicide attempt, which I'm assuming is a reference to this tweet in which Destiny criticized someone named Doe for attempting suicide and then claiming other people are sick. I don't know how this is making fun of a suicide attempt, but rather just pointing out said person is just not in a great mental place and should not be the arbiter of who is and isn't sick. After Keffals tweeted that, Destiny deleted all his tweets, likely in hopes his Twitter wouldn't be banned from the platform. Keffals would then tweet out, LARPing as some sort of mob boss, that Destiny should stay in his corner and she'll stay in hers, and they'll both have a good time. Keffals would tweet out again about Destiny 30 minutes later, claiming he was responsible for a hate raid against her, Her quote-unquote proof was that since her moderators ran a bot that banned everyone who followed Destiny from her chat, the raid stopped, and thus Destiny and or his community was responsible. Although some have argued against this, claiming it to be false and having evidence to support their claim against her.
And so they developed a bot to ban people that follow them that also follow Destiny. And they're claiming that because that bot ended the hate raid, right? It was Destiny's responsibility and Destiny's fault, and it was from Destiny's community. However, this later ended up being proven verifiably to be a lie.
We can look at over the course of her stream, and we can look at all the clips. But you can see there is a hate raid right here, and it's actually documented right here. Raceful Keffals hates Ghana. So it was a raid with 10 viewers. She had interacted with Destiny earlier. They put the bot for the to catch all the DGGers at 11:50. All right. So at 11:50, that's when the bot started. They didn't end the first hate raid with the bot, all right? Because that happened at 8. This is where they put the bot, because you can go and you can cross-reference when she's on Twitter where she talks about this, right? So she says on Twitter, we just put a bot that bans anyone that follows Destiny and our hate raid ended. Destiny didn't even know that Keffals was doing this whole stream, like fucking with him and saying that he was harassing her, until midnight. You can watch his VOD, and you can scrub through the entire thing, like we did at the beginning of stream. You were in our chat at the time? Yeah, I don't doubt that she was hate rated, right? I don't have any doubt in my mind that she was hate rated. It's just that there is no way for them to link DGG to this.
It doesn't matter that this wasn't true. Her tweet went viral, obtaining over 13,000 likes. A lot of people bought it. Keffals would keep on her campaign against Destiny, later tweeting out a screenshot showing Destiny blocked her, proclaiming that he was scared of her. Although, since Keffals is terminally online, she blocks literally anyone who criticizes her almost instantly. She blocked streamer Augie RFC only 20 seconds after he tweeted at her.
But then they blocked me, and I'm kid you not, right? Literally, you can see, okay, this tweet was made 1:30 a.m. 2 minutes later, although in real time it was more like 20 seconds later because I was counting it, they blocked me. So I guess Keffals are just afraid of the RFC army. We're just too powerful, I guess, by that logic. If blocking somebody means you're afraid of them, then I guess they're just absolutely just shitting their pants whenever they think about me. Holy shit. Or it's more likely that they don't really give a shit about me and they don't even know who the fuck I am. But you know what? For the sake of Twitter, right? They're just they're intimidated. They're scared of me. Oh.
Allegedly, of course, but I can attest she does block fast, as she blocked me after only about a minute after tweeting at her. So I guess by her logic, Keffals is afraid of me and Augie. Which, I don't think we're the most intimidating people around, but it is what it is. Now, what did Augie say to get blocked? During this shit show, Keffals randomly claimed that Destiny rapes women, before realizing that even her audience thought that was a bit too far, and walked it back in about a minute.
Oh yeah, meanwhile he stealths people, which is legitimately a form of rape. Insane shit. Isn't that what... Wait, I don't know if he did it. Wait, backing up, I don't actually know if he did it, but he argued that it is not a form of rape. And that you shouldn't have sex with a woman who isn't mature enough to tell that someone would do that to them. So like literally...
Also, after blocking Augie, she started shit-talking him and accused him of blocking her. Which is like, bruh, why? Well, back to the more important topic here, the false rape claim. I think any sensible person can agree that this is fucked. Although you may be wondering, why would she say this? Well, I think the most charitable reason being she misremembered a controversy when Destiny shared an opinion regarding removing a condom during sex previously. He basically just said if you can't enforce boundaries of what you are comfortable with in sex and just allow the other person to do whatever without speaking up, including removing a condom, even if it makes you uncomfortable, you shouldn't engage in sex. Although, there might be another reason Keffals is so mad at Destiny that some have pointed out. You see, Destiny believes if you are transgender, you must disclose this to your partner. Destiny also thinks not disclosing this fact is a form of rape. Keffals has claimed to not telling quote-unquote straight men she has had sex with that she is transgender and that they didn't know. So her flat out just making stuff up about Destiny and claiming he's a rapist might be because he thinks she's a rapist for doing something she's admitted to doing. She also refuses to apologize for the rape lie and literally cited this exact reason for why. Since we are already on the topic of sexual assault, another reason some have pointed out for why Keffals hates Destiny is because Destiny has targeted someone Keffals is publicly associated with named Bob Posting. Bob Posting is someone whose entire online presence is built around getting people, including minors, HRT from foreign countries like Brazil to help them transition to another gender without any medical supervision. Because of this, Destiny called Bob Posting a pedophile. Well, we all know how the story ends. Destiny would be permanently suspended on March 23rd, 2022. Keffals would make sure to celebrate, along with the thousands of people who only followed them on Twitter. She would take credit for the ban, specifically celebrating the fact he lost a primary source of income. I mean, who cares if he can feed his son? Right, Keffals? What pissed a lot of people off about this was not only the fact she tried to get Destiny deplatformed, acted like a mob boss about it, celebrated it, and took credit for it, she then tried backtracking out of it.
And this time, it's a permanent ban, not even like a temporary one. Hey Steven, I just took away your primary source of income. Please leave me alone and stop bullying trans people for content. What? His followers are getting mad, so I'm going to clarify now that I didn't report anything, and he did this to himself instantly. Again, backtracking again. This person says a bunch of reactionary shit, and then they get called out for it, and then they're like, well, I didn't do it. In the second tweet, you literally say, I took away his primary source of income, taking credit for it.
After backtracking, she would then continue to take credit for it again. What? And then to top it off, they continued their campaign to then try to get his Twitter account deleted again. People in defense of Keffals on this point claimed, we don't actually know the reason Destiny was banned. And it might have been due to him streaming Nick Fuente's talk, and not due to Keffals. Although former alt-writer Lauren Southern would be temporarily banned during this drama for having Destiny on her stream. And in the email, they straight up said that was why. So like I said earlier, if having Nick on his stream for a few minutes was the reason, I think they would tell him. And I don't know why they would permanently ban him for that. What makes this even funnier is people were defending Keffals, claiming she wasn't the reason why Destiny was banned, while she was also taking credit for getting Lauren Southern banned as well. It's such a shit show, man. Now, our story doesn't end here. Destiny would make the pro-Keffals crowd even more angry by announcing he was going to join Cozy.tv, which is a live streaming platform run by conservative commentator Nick Fuentes, making Destiny the first left-winger to join the platform. At the time, the closest thing to non-right-wing content creators on Cozy was Augie RFC, and I guess arguably someone named MichaelAlberto. I mean, they don't go live to talk about right-wing politics, they mainly go live to talk about weird internet news and to play games. Now, following the banning of Destiny, very serious allegations would be made against Keffals regarding her embezzling money from the Communist Party of Canada, grooming minors, and more. Although, I feel like that's its own separate saga. While it is definitely attached to her saga against Destiny, I feel if I were to go over all of those allegations, we would stray too far away from the topic of this video, which is the banning of Destiny itself, not the fallout Keffals faced afterwards. So, I'll say that those are just allegations and I haven't looked into them really at all to create a fair video about them deciding whether Keffals is guilty or innocent. Maybe I'll make another video going into them, no promises though. I like to operate under an innocent until proven guilty mindset. I guess Keffals is, innocent? Maybe I shouldn't be saying that. I don't know. I'm just gonna assume they are. Until I see proper evidence to prove otherwise. So that was quite a long tale to tell about someone just getting banned from one website. But it is indeed a very interesting tale, although what might be more interesting is its consequences. To me, the banning of Destiny means the beginning of a new age of online censorship. For a while, online censorship just targeted Nazis and those accused of being Nazis or far right. It started with people like Andrew Anglin, and then moved on to more quote-unquote mainstream figures like Alex Jones. And now we have reached the point where edgy liberals who basically agree with every mainstream opinion are mostly accepted by the mainstream and aren't even too far out there all the time with their edginess are getting banned. Over time, I think we're going to see even less and less controversial creators get banned. I don't think we're going to see people like Keffals face huge blows by being deplatformed from major websites. People like Keffals aren't challenging any system. They pretend to, but if they were truly a threat, they would already be facing issues. Destiny is not really a threat by himself either, but I think some of the ideas he shares and the fact he's willing to platform people with very controversial ideas to debate them makes him a threat. Not to mention his non-stop controversies were probably a bad look for the Twitch website. I think over time we're going to start seeing even more creators facing issues like Destiny is facing that you would never have expected to be facing these types of issues years ago. Following the banning of Destiny, more controversial and further left creators like Marxist streamer Haas and leftist Jackson Hinkle would be banned from Twitch, probably due to them being pro-Russia and being on a Western platform. And from Twitch's perspective, it makes sense to ban them around the time they banned Destiny. While Destiny is certainly polarizing among both the left and right, he is far from being some sort of extremist. So Twitch decided to purge some more extreme people at the same time, strike while the iron is hot. Haas and Jackson would follow Destiny's footsteps and join Cozy.tv, although none of them have yet to stream on there, opting to just stream onto YouTube for now. Thankfully, Destiny is going to be fine it seems. He's already rich as it is, and he's been streaming on YouTube for a while before his Twitch ban. His YouTube channel is doing as good as ever, and now he has Cozy as a backup to fall onto. I have no idea about the other two creators though. What the future holds for smaller creators who are creating right now and who will be emerging soon is up in the air. It's unfortunate how big tech censorship seems to just get worse and worse. Maybe someday legislation will be passed to stop it, so people can create and share ideas freely, although that's just a dream as of now. But anyways, life goes on. Destiny and Keffals have kept on streaming and doing well for themselves. Destiny keeps getting involved in internet slap fight after internet slap fight, and Keffals keeps lying about people. A few weeks after the dust had settled, she decided to finally respond to Augie. She called Augie a white supremacist, and she made a viral tweet dunking on him for doing research and trying to be accurate, something she appears to be afraid of doing and being. She also wanted $500 to debate him and video essayist Nicholas Diorio, as if they aren't bigger than her. You should be paying them, Keffals. And more recently, at the time of making this video, she called leftist streamer ChudLogic a pedophile, walked it back, and then defended doing this by claiming she was just mad and that falsely accusing people of pedophiles is normal.